And into the left, my friend, let me show you something here. This is it. It's a nail. A nail. See, this is it. It's a nail that's been driven through his hands. Can you bear the pain? Through both hands. Not only that, but through his feet as well. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. When we think about it, and then they fastened him. And they reviled him. They did all of these things. After nailing him, Jesus is now a pathetic spectacle. Blood streaking from his face. He's all covered his wounds, and the people are looking at him. The hours of pain that Jesus would endure. They put him inside of the hole as they take the cross with Jesus on. Put him in that hole. All his bones are shattered. They come apart. All the members have come apart. Oh Lord. And Jesus would be on that cross. John goes on to describe some details about what happened just before all of this. But when Jesus is thrown inside of that hole, all the bones, of course, he's crucified with two thieves. And there's a story about those two thieves which is very significant. But now Jesus, here's what Pilate says. It says, and Pilate wrote a title and he put it on the cross. And the writing was, Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. Pilate says, I want to make this thing. You look at the head of the cross, you'll see there's a sign up there, Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. Listen to what the others said. Then said the chief priests of the Jews to Pilate, don't write that. Don't write the King of the Jews, but that he said, I am King of the Jews. Don't put that sign. Put on it, Jesus said, I am the King of the Jews. Don't put it like that. Pilate said, hey, listen, what I write, I write. I want it to be like this. Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews, I want the world to know that. And not only that, Pilate wanted everybody to know. Pilate answered, the Bible says in verse 22, what I have written, I have written. And they wrote this in Latin, in Greek, and also in Hebrew, that all who was looking can really understand what it meant. Then the soldiers, when they had crucified Jesus, took his garments and made 4 parts. To every soldier 1 part, and also his coat. Now the coat was without seam, woven from the top through, right through. This was a coat that was woven right through. You couldn't figure which end, where it started, where the end was, and they couldn't do it. Now they stood by the cross of Jesus and his mother. Now this is something that we want to watch here. It's so important. It's so important. Here, they reviled Jesus, they mocked him, they crucified him, nailed him, put him in on the cross and put him down the hole. They used ropes to lower him into the hole. He's totally wiped out. He's bleeding, he and the others. And what happens? Jesus is there. In his heart, he knows what he is doing. The only thing that bothered Jesus, as we knew back in the garden, he says, Father, if there's another way we can do this. Jesus was not concerned about the crucifixion. He was concerned, like we talked about the separation. That's what he was concerned about. So now he knows that the hour has come when that is going to happen. That separation is going to take place. But Jesus knows all things, and he pretty well realized now, hey, all things are accomplished what my Father wanted me to do. The moment is coming now when the separation is going to take place. Holy Jesus. Then said therefore among the thieves, let us not rend it, but cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the scriptures might be fulfilled, which said, they parted my raiment among them, and for my vesture they did cast lots. These things therefore the soldiers did, that a certain prophecy would be fulfilled. All these things were written. Now, the Bible says in verse 25, now there stood by the cross of Jesus his mother, and his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Cleopas, and Mary Magdalene. These are standing there. Can you imagine your son was crucified, went through this horrible ordeal, and you standing there and you watching your son on that cross, knowing that there is no chance at all that he's going to live. I mean, and it was so certain that they would even break the legs of those who were crucified so that they can take him down. so that they can hasten their death. And there she is. And when Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by, whom he loved, he said unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Jesus is conveying a message here. And this is a message for us even today. On the cross, Jesus has compassion. He's even thinking about the welfare of his mother while he is about to die. He says, Woman, behold thy son. Now he makes John a son. So that John, the Bible says, from that time on, John took Mary into his house and looked after her. The message here is Jesus, in his agony, he's still concerned about the welfare, about his mother. It is important for us to assist needy families. As long as we have life and we are able, we should always try to assist needy families. Also, the emphasis here is that a responsibility is placed on children to look after their parents when their parents have reached a certain stage in life. The strong must try to help the weak. And this is a message. Today we have a lot of children, when their parents have become old, they just abandon them, just let them go their own way. And that's not what the gospel message is. The gospel message, parents, you gotta love your children. Take care of your children, raise them up in the way of the Lord. This is the responsibility of parents. I'm a parent, It's my responsibility to raise my children up according to the way that the Lord would want them to be raised. Now, when I have grown old and I'm unable, if that be the case, I'm unable to look after myself anymore, my children then should really be there to look after me at that point in time. This is the message that Jesus is making quite clear in this passage. So he did it. Then said he to the disciple, Behold thy mother. And from that hour the Bible says that disciple took her unto his own home. So that's what happened there. You see, Jesus made it quite clear, woman, thy son, son, thy mother. He made that union, he made that commitment between them. Now, the time has come. The time has come when that separation is going to take place. The Bible says in verse 28.